Chapter 18, the bigger picture. The move. I'd settled into my job well and made a lot of new friends and was enjoying a great social life. I thought that's how my life would be from now on, and I was totally happy with that. I missed the church, but I still popped back for the odd service, and Pat came with me from time to time. But just when you think that everything's running smoothly, the universe decides it would be a good time to throw the next curveball into the mix. The institute where Pat and I both worked was to close and relocate to Berkshire. I was to be made redundant, and Pat would either have to transfer to Berkshire or lose her job. It wouldn't be immediate. We had a few years to consider our options, but nevertheless, decisions would have to be made. We carried on as normal for a while, but our working environment was changing as staff were leaving and going to new jobs. I felt that my perfect life was coming to an end. It was not a nice time. Pat was a senior scientist and was therefore offered a generous relocation package. I was a secretary and would be made redundant, but because I hadn't been with the institute that long, the redundancy payment wouldn't be that big. With Pat and Jeff moving away, I would have to go back to my house and find another job. But I knew I would miss them both terribly, and Jordan would be devastated as he had grown to love them very much. They were his family. "Why don't you move to Berkshire with us?" Pat said one evening, completely out of the blue, as we were relaxing and sipping on a glass of red wine. Bloody hell, where had that come from? It hadn't even entered my mind as an option. What do I do now? Over the relatively short time that I had known Pat and Jeff, they had become my new family. Pat became the sister I never had and another best friend. How many best friends can one person have, I wonder? As a family, we took Jordan out and about to various places, and he was having a lovely childhood. Pat and I would go shopping, socialise with friends, and do the more girly things together. I didn't really want all that to end. I would have to move away from my dad and stepmum, and, of course, I would be taking Jordan away from his dad. I would be leaving my friends too. But on the other hand, I would only be a couple of hours' drive away, and I could come back often. I would have to look for a new job if I stayed, so I could equally look for a new job in a new area. I could sell my house and put the money towards a new one. It was all coming together nicely on a practical front, but what did I really want to do? My heart was singing with the thought of a new start somewhere else and the possibilities it could bring. Eventually, I made up my mind. I was going. Over the next year or so, I sold my house and we found a bigger one for us all in South Oxfordshire. Jeff took voluntary redundancy from his job and found another one within a few months. I was very lucky to get a transfer to the new institute in Berkshire on a temporary basis, but after 3 months, they made my role permanent. Pat moved with some of her colleagues, but by April 1992, we were all living in the new house and settling into our new lives. You don't have to see the whole staircase. Just take a first step. Unknown.